There is a saying on the internet that gamers are the most oppressed minority. And I don't believe it. I think there are people that are more oppressed than gamers. But I will say that gamers genuinely and unironically do not deserve it. And think about it. What is a gamer? It's a person that sits in his room and plays video games. He ain't hurting nobody. He's not bothering anybody. He is in his room in front of a computer. He cannot commit crimes while doing this. He cannot do anything wrong while doing this because he is in his room playing at the computer. So all of a sudden, you sit there and you look at the news and it's like the ADL is concerned, the Democrats are involved, the academia is... Basically, the way I see it, imagine a person that generally isn't bothering anyone. They're sitting in their room and they're playing MMOs and stuff. He's not rescuing lives or doing philanthropy, but at the same time, he's not doing anything evil either. He's literally leaving everyone alone. He's just playing video games. And you have this character that's very similar to the Harry Potter character, only that in our case she has blue hair and is a little bit more plump, more morbidly obese. She can't sleep at night because the gamer exists. Like, she constantly goes into the room of the gamer, just needing to know what video games is he playing. And if she sees that it's a violent video game, then she gets morally concerned. It's like, oh my god, oh, she's playing this violent video game. What if he goes out and he does something bad? What if he's a psychopath? What if he is a future serial killer? No, we need to ban, we need to censor. No, we need the government to step in. Now, if the gamer isn't playing those types of games and he is playing something with sexy women with big fat tits, then they will say, oh my god, he's a potential misogynist. He's a potential misogynistic pig. Women everywhere are in danger. We need to get the government involved. We need to censor more games. We need to get the payment processors to crack down on this. This is the absolute state. Like people that you just can't play a video game. The moment you play a video game, they're like, oh, this video game has an online connection. Oh, that is very concerning because he may actually talk with other people. Little Billy in his dark room playing MMOs every single fucking day of his life, he may actually be talking with other people. What if they talk about misogyny or racism? Huh? What if I can't listen in? What if I am not in the room with him and I can't listen in? We need to get the government involved. We need to get the gaming companies to develop AI so that they can listen to everything that Little Billy say because Little Billy may be a potential terrorist. This is the absolute state of our culture, and it's nice to see that finally the mask is off. We get to see this BBC host. I have no idea who she is, but there are a lot of people like her. People that are absolute nobody with zero charisma, with zero pull, but the only reason they're relevant is because they work for a big company. Like, I can go on Twitch and pick any random VTuber, any random girl that sits in her room in her underwear and is doing VTubing, and she has more charisma and more pull than this lady. But for some reason, because she works at the BBC, her opinions matter, right? Like, people actually listen to her. So she says that it's time for the final purge of gamers. In other words, this person who's connected with the industry, like he's higher up, she has friends and connections, is admitting that yes, they were purging the gamers. The left that was constantly, we need to be more inclusive, we need to get more people, we need to get more... The moment they got power, they're being incredibly exclusive. So exclusive that if you notice what's happening with AAA companies, they're firing people. Like companies that used to create video games that made people happy all around the world are now firing people. They're incapable of producing video games that are even working. AA is now overtaking AAA. So AA, with lower budgets, lower resources, few people working on the projects, are now able to create games like Helldivers. They're now able to create games like The Coffin of Andy and Lele. And they're outselling and they're making millions of dollars while AAA is incapable to even release games that work on day one. And this is because of their purge. Because they're constantly doing things that are antagonistic to the player. It's like, what does the player want? The player wants big fat tits. Okay, remove breast sliders, give them the Californian man jaw, give the female characters broad shoulders, make them as unattractive and as unappealing as humanly possible, so we can get rid of these bigots. What do the players want? They want less DLC. And I wish I was kidding, but this is how the comic book industry, the video game industry, and even people that work in television, this is how they talk on Twitter. They're looking at their customers and they want to get rid of the customers that they don't like. Like if you're making a comic book, it's not enough to have people purchasing your comic book. They want only the decent people to purchase their comic books. And the thing is, like you have all of these consultants, and I'm wondering, like, how the fuck are you a consultant? What video games have you published? None. What have you done that is worthy of you being a consultant? What books have you written that are popular? None. So what the fuck did they do? They have connections. They have connections and they went to gender studies. That's it. And they have a resume. That this is why they're livid that gamers are talking about Sweet Baby, because they have a resume of corpses. And the corpses represent the game companies that they got into bankruptcy. Hello, Forspoken. Like, everything they work on turns to shit. AA doesn't have these consultants. And again, like, if you want to talk about the consultant, why wouldn't you get a game developer that managed to create a game that was incredibly successful? Like, you would think the consultant should be the people at Palworld that made that game, or the people that made Helldivers, or again, the Coffin of Ashley and Laylee. But these people, right, like Nosh, they're ostracized from the gaming community. With Nosh, they took his game and removed him from the credits. They don't like these people that are successful. They hate it and despise it. And they're replacing them with absolute no... They have no clue about how to run a business. They have no clue how to work in the industry. But they're consultants. And when gamers are calling it out and they're saying, look, there's a problem. Like, I want to buy your game, but like, come on, it doesn't even work. Maybe this is the issue, because we noticed the pattern. Like, maybe this company, that maybe you shouldn't hire them, right? Just give us what we want. Stop hiding them, because we're the customers. It's time for a final purge. I don't even know what to say. I mean, if you're going to work with these people that are talking about purging the community, why do you expect the community to buy your stuff? Their hostility is so visible. What is this disgust and rage coming from? You got to wonder. And the answer is it's probably affecting their pocket money. Right? They probably have their friends and their connections within this grifting companies that are offering counsel. And they don't want to waste that. They don't want to lose the money train, the gravy train. So this is why they're this angry. Like, they didn't expect this. They didn't expect the customer to speak out. Now the thing is, a lot of them say, well, what's going to happen? Like, there's not going to be a boycott. It doesn't need to be one. The AAA companies are already hemorrhaging money. They're already losing sales. There doesn't need to be a boycott because they're not putting out functional products. And one of the decisions that all these consultant groups are telling them, it's like, do not make sexy women. Do not make sexy female characters. And you can see just how much money they're losing by this. Because if you make a sexy female character, you can sell clothes with her picture. You can sell hats. You can sell dakimakuras. You can sell keychains. Who the fuck is going to buy a keychain with Abby? Like, you're losing opportunity on making merchandise just by making the female characters the way the consultants are asking you to. So then you have to push out like 20 new DLCs in order to recuperate for the loss of sales, and you're being even more antagonistic to the gaming community by doing so. And you're supporting people with blonde hair and blue eyes talking about purging. The absolute state of the Western industry. It's okay, we have Korea, we have Japan. I like to support real diversity. So we're going to see what's going to happen in the next year. I'm really curious because I do see some companies trying to change course. Yeah, I hope they're successful. I hope they're successful in making sure that they have no customers, because they got rid of them all. No customers is for the better, right? Meanwhile, we have Japan, we have Korea, we got other people that actually do produce games. I do support true diversity. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.